Hello there, my fellow Aquarians. Welcome into Great Awakener Ether Realm. My name is Kimberly. I am going to do an astrological report for January 20th through the 26th. Okay, to start off, yay, it's our birthday season. The sun just went into Aquarius this weekend. Okay, yay, happy birthday to you all. Okay, happy birth month. um, I'm going to get into that in just a bit, okay? Because the other thing that we had going on was Venus conjunct Capricorn. Venus conjunct Saturn in Pisces, okay? So Saturn has been in Pisces since March of 2023. It is one of our ruling planets, so it helps with the intensity of it because it's very disciplined. If you want to imagine Saturn with the rings, you can kind of imagine it as a belt, like tightening the belt. Okay, it's also a very karmic planet, so you can kind of look at it as like the karmic wheel. Okay, so whenever Saturn hits a house, that's kind of where you want to show your best discipline. You want to learn those karmic lessons so that when it comes back around, it's not going to hit you again, right? So it'll hit you with something else. It's not going to be as intense, at least. Okay, so that's been kind of you want to show restrictions in how you spend your money. It's also your self-worth zone, like how you see yourself, how you see your self-worth, also how you earn your money. Okay, so probably has brought a lot of discipline. I know it has for me, but I'm not trying to put myself into this reading, but I know it has for me. But Venus going in there also, Venus is a benefactor. Venus and Jupiter are the benefactors of astrology. And Venus also is exalted in Pisces, so it can do its best work in Pisces. Neptune is considered the higher octave of Venus. Okay, so Venus does rule Libra and Taurus, our home sector. Fourth house is home and family, and our ninth house of expansion. Okay, so when Venus comes into conjunct Saturn, which again, a lot of people don't realize is also our ruling planet, okay, it brings, a softness to all of this discipline that you've had for the last almost 2 years now. Okay, so it's very nice. Hopefully you had a real nice weekend. It lasts for a few days, but hopefully you had a real nice weekend when it comes to your spending money, your values, like your self-worth. Okay, Venus can really come in and help out with that. Okay, so to start off with, on Monday, the 20th, the moon is in Libra. Okay, that is your ninth house. Ninth house is very friendly to you. It's trine to your house. Okay, it makes a trine to Jupiter and Gemini, so you got this real nice triangle going on this past weekend and into Monday. Okay, but then it comes in to square that 23-degree axis that I spoke about last week in last week's video. We had the full moon at 23 degrees in Cancer, which has to do with your work sector, your daily habits, your health. Okay, whatever was illuminated to you last week, last Monday, you're now are going to be coming into acceptance when the moon is in Libra. And like I said, this is your expansion zone, your higher learning, long distance travel, learning other languages, anything that is outside of your community in which you've grown up in. Okay, so this is your higher learning house. So this brings with this 23-degree axis, this brings, you know, kind of, I'm going to call it an awakening, to expand on whatever happened here. Okay? You're going to start accepting it, and you're going to start taking action as the moon goes around with whatever happened on this day. Okay? Going in on Tuesday, the moon moves into Scorpio, where it makes immediately a square to the sun and Pluto in our sign, the first house. First house is all about how you project yourself onto the world, okay? Whether your looks, whether the way that you treat other people, okay? How people perceive you. So I went over this last week, but the Pluto moved into Aquarius for the next 19 years. It's going to be bringing a lot of transformation to our first house. And with the sun moving in there, the sun rules Leo, which is our partnership sector. The sun is going to illuminate that again. Is going to illuminate Pluto here. And, you know, this is going to be going on all month, you know, with our birthday season coming in here. But the sun comes in to illuminate anything with Pluto, okay, any transformations. It has... the 10th house is our career and reputation zone, okay? So you're going to be having this square going on. You know, especially Aquarians in your first decan are going to get hit the hardest, okay? So that's about the 20th to the 30th round. This year is more like 19th through 29th, but, you know, it moves. It does vary every year, okay? So 1 degrees to 10 degrees, okay? So... that happens on Tuesday, the 21st. Luckily, nothing else is happening that day, so you're going to be focused a lot on your career and reputation and how you project yourself into the world. Okay? It can be intense. You know, it can bring some upheaval, but at the end of the day, you know, we know that those tower moments are good for us, right? It's a learning curve. So, on Wednesday the 22nd, the only thing that's going on there is Moon trine Saturn, which again is the, you know, in Pisces, our second house of our self-worth, the way that we earn our money. Okay? This is our career zone. This is how we value ourselves. So you might be switching up careers. You might be... well, you might be wanting to work from home. You know, doing stuff on the internet. Okay, but you're gonna take whatever hit you here, and it's going to come in to your value zone, your self-worth. Okay, in the way that you earn your money. Okay. Now, Venus is going to move from 16 degrees with Saturn. By the end of the week, is going to move to 22 degrees. Okay? And then Mercury is going to move from 19 degrees all the way to 27 degrees throughout the week. Okay? These trines going on, you know, trines are very nice. The moon is going to trine all 3 of these planets. Again, you can't really go wrong with Neptune and Venus in there, okay? The North Node did recently move in there. I talked about this last week, but I'm going to go into a little bit more detail. The reason the lunar nodes are so important, lunar nodes are they're not objects, they're mathematical points, okay? And that is where eclipses take place. So eclipses are the most dramatic, you know, aspect that you can get in astrology. You know, if you've ever seen an eclipse, you know how dramatic it is. They're life-changing. And right now, your focus on the North Node is going to be in Pisces, your self-worth and how you earn your income. Okay? The moon then comes in to make a sextile to Capricorn. Capricorn is in our 12th house at the moment. Might be having a lot of dreams, communications with yourself, 12th house is all about dreams, everything that's hidden, your subconscious, okay? Things that you hide, that you don't even know about yourself sometimes. When Mercury is in there, it can actually bring up stuff this is kind of where it comes into where you're like talking to yourself, realizing stuff about you and your subconscious and the habits that you have, and them being illuminated to you, okay? It's where you can do a lot of your self-work, okay? Your shadow self, okay? Let's see. Then let's see. So that goes from Wednesday to Thursday. This really does depend on where you are in the world, okay? The moon it's going to be different times for all of you, okay? Coming in Thursday, we have Mars sextile Uranus. We have Mercury opposed Mars. And then we have Mercury trine Uranus. So you got these nice sextiles, trines going on here, okay? Again, focus is a lot on your subconscious with Mercury being in there, okay? Taurus, your home zone. You're probably going to be feeling hermity on Thursday. You might want to, Uranus is our ruling planet. It's the great awakener. We are very used to the energy, and it's been in our home sector for the last 6 or 7 years. You may have, bought a house or moved a lot, or it's also your family zone. You may have had upheavals with your family or epiphanies with your family. It also rules the mother, okay? So there's a lot of awakening going on here in your 4th house of family and home. And then Mercury comes in to trigger that in your subconscious of 12th house. Okay, these are very private zones. Is your 12th, 4th, and your 8th house. Okay, and Mercury also rules Virgo. Okay, so there's a lot of privacy going on here as well. Okay, and then we have Mars over here in retrograde at the moment in Cancer, which is your work zone. 6th house of daily habits, your workout routine, your health, anything that you do on a daily basis. And that is going to be opposing your subconscious. You may be wanting to make some changes in your workout routine, in your health, your work, any of your habits. Mars is retrograde at the moment. It's been retrograde since December 6th. And it's going to be going forward February 23rd. So a lot of introspection in your 6th house. And then, of course, you have this Mercury coming and hitting your 12th house of your subconscious, and then also hitting your home. So a lot of introspection and epiphanies going on with your daily habits, okay? You might be having some health issues at the moment, or be thinking about doing a new workout routine. You may be thinking about changing your work. Okay, it's a lot of intense stuff going on with this axis. But although this is an opposition, these are sextiles and trines here as well, so it softens it. Okay. Let's see. The moon then goes into Sagittarius, okay? I'm just going to throw in, all of these, the moon also trines Saturn, Venus, Neptune. I think that I went over that. If I did not, your value sector. So you're going to be going on with your career reputation. You're going to be thinking about with your values, how you value yourself. You may, and then you're going to be going and with your subconscious being highlighted here with Mercury, and your home and your habits. Like there's a lot and of course the moon also comes in to oppose Uranus as well. Okay. So there's a lot of introspection going on about changes that you're probably going to want to make. And of course, little Pluto comes in and helps out with that, right? for the next 19 years. So a lot of highlighting on, how you project yourself into the world and how you value yourself. Okay? So the moon moves into Sagittarius. This is your friendship sector, which is the 11th house, which is the house that Aquarians rule. Okay? Very easygoing house. Now, Sagittarius, the Jupiter, let me do this one first. Moon comes into sextile, all this going on over here, right? So friendships, hopes and dreams about how you project yourself onto the world, okay? Sextiles are real nice aspects. They're very friendly, okay? And then you have the moon coming in to oppose Jupiter, which is the natural ruler of Sagittarius. Jupiter has been in your 5th house of Gemini since May, okay? And it is retrograde at the moment. It comes out of retrograde pretty quick on February 4th. Okay, I need to point this out. If you are looking to get pregnant, that's a very good placement for you. If you are not wanting to get pregnant or have children, I can't just say pregnant. If you are not looking to create children, you're going to want to protect yourself, okay? Jupiter is very expansive. So if you want to expand your family, if you want to expand, have more children, this is your 5th house, children, creativity, and romance, okay? It can be expanding your romance as well. In fact, you might start a romance with a friend, You never know. I'm just going to throw that out there. When you got Jupiter in there, you might have some hopes and dreams for a creative project. Okay, this is your creative zone, and that's why we call it creating children, right? But I just want to warn, if you want to create some children, that's perfect timing for you. If you do not, then protect yourself. Okay, so I just want to throw that out there with you Aquarians. All right, and this goes on until May next year. Okay. So the moon moves on to make squares to all of these planets that were just being trined, right? So friendships, hopes, dreams, wishes, squaring your value zone. Okay, so you might, you might be questioning some of your friendships. Okay, you might be starting some dreams, hopes, wishes, and spending some money towards it. Okay, it's very it can be any of these categories, right? You might be starting some new friendships that fall in line with your self-worth, right? You might be finding your soul tribe. Neptune, and as a ruler of Pisces, Neptune is very ethereal, okay, very spiritual, and Venus does its best work in that sector, okay? So when the moon comes around to square Neptune, it's also going to square that lunar axis as well. But the moon is very ethereal. Neptune's very ethereal, as is Venus, a little, But so this starts happening Friday, Saturday. You might be spending some time with some friends, but you're going to be, I always call this aspect the square between Moon and Neptune, like you're kind of lottie-dottie, okay? You're going to be doing a lot of daydreaming, a lot of ethereal activities, spirituality. You might, even though if the moon is in your, your friendship zone, you might be kind of feeling really relaxed, okay, and just wanting to be, you might want to have fun, but a real relaxed type of fun. You might want to go out to eat and just, those sorts of things. It's very just laid back. It's very in kind of brain fog, daydreamy, okay? The moon also what other aspect? Let me see. I was going to say something else, but maybe I already said it. Okay, also the next thing that happens on Saturday, which doesn't happen often, is we have Venus trine Mars, the two lovers of the zodiac. You can't get better than that. This doesn't happen often because of the way that the planets orbit. But we have, Venus in Pisces and Mars in Cancer. They're two water houses. They're very ethereal, very emotional. It kind of brings in that la-di-da again. With you having the planet of passion in Cancer, which is your work zone, you might be starting a romance with a coworker. It does happen. I'm just going to throw that out there. And then, of course, we look at Gemini here as well. Okay, I'm just going to throw that out there. All right, or you might be, since the subconscious is coming in there, you might be revisiting that, and of course, Mars is retrograde as well, so it kind of pulls Mars is a very outward planet. Passion and intensity, when it's retrograde, is internal, your internal passions. So this also could do with work and your passions for work and your values, the way that you earn your money. It doesn't have to be romance. It can also do with just straight up money, how you earn your money, and the way that you work for it. Okay? But very good aspect. That happens on Saturday. That energy does go through a couple days, because Mars is retrograde, so it doesn't move too quickly. And Venus is, takes 2 or 3 days to get out of that degree, that 23 degree. And again, it's going to set off all of these 23 degrees here, okay? That whole axis again. So then we have Mercury sextile Neptune as well, subconscious values, okay? And then we have Venus sextile Uranus, your home sector, your family. Okay, so a whole lot of self-worth introspection going on here with possibly how you spend your money. These are decently, your private sectors with a whole lot of emphasis on your value sector, just how you value yourself. Okay. And then by the end of the weekend, we have the moon go into Capricorn, which is your 12th house again. Okay. Probably going to be wanting some more rest after whatever happens here with friends, hopes, wishes, right? And your romance, children, you're probably going to want to spend some time at home, dreaming, reflecting. Okay. All right. So I'm going to end it there. Until next week. We'll go through this next week. Okay. Excuse me. I do offer personals, astrology, tarot, many other healing modalities like Reiki and such. You can check out my website if you're interested. Until then, I do hope that you have a very awakening week here, because it looks like you're going to have a lot of introspection going on here for this whole week. Okay? All right. I hope you have a great week. Till next time, Aquarius. And again, happy birthday. Bye.